Welcome to WorldWire. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. Across the American heartland, a vast and storied landscape stretches from horizon to horizon, where generations have tilled the soil and built communities rooted in resilience and hope. Yet, today, a quiet crisis is unfolding. One you won't see on the nightly news, but one that is reshaping the very fabric of rural America. Towns that once bustled with life now echo with uncertainty and loss. For generations, farmers have fed the nation and the world, weathering every storm nature threw at them. Their hands have shaped the land, their labor the backbone of the country's prosperity. But now, they're caught in a storm of tariffs and global trade wars, feeling abandoned by the very policies meant to protect them. Costs are rising, markets are closing, and the safety nets they once relied on are fraying. Family farms are being squeezed out, forced to auction off equipment and memories, as the land that sustained them for decades slips away. Long-standing trade relationships are crumbling, with deals that once seemed unbreakable now dissolving overnight. The world is moving on, and American farmers are left behind. Countries once reliant on American crops are turning elsewhere, forging new partnerships and finding new suppliers, leaving U.S. grain and soybeans to pile up unsold. This isn't just a bad year, it's a fundamental shift, threatening the future of American agriculture and the livelihoods of those who depend on it. Farmers, once planners and optimists, now face corrosive uncertainty. Every season brings new risks, and the old certainties have vanished. Thousands are stranded in a global trade war, watching their way of life hang in the balance, unsure if the next harvest will be their last, or if their legacy will endure. Let's break it down. Tariffs were originally designed to protect American jobs and industries from foreign competition, giving local businesses a fighting chance in a global market. The idea was to make imported goods more expensive, so consumers would buy American-made products instead. But for farmers, these policies have had the opposite effect. Instead of shielding rural America, tariffs have left many agricultural communities struggling to survive. When the U.S. slapped tariffs on imports, other countries didn't just sit back. They hit back with their own tariffs, and American agriculture was directly in the crosshairs. Suddenly, U.S. soybeans, pork, and cotton became too expensive for major buyers like China, which had been one of the largest markets for these crops. Shipments slowed, and contracts dried up almost overnight. At the same time, tariffs drove up the cost of everything farmers need to run their operations: tractors, fertilizer, pesticides, and even spare parts, many of which are imported from overseas. Farming costs have soared, with some inputs jumping over 20%. For many, the math just doesn't add up anymore. Meanwhile, retaliatory tariffs have shut American farmers out of key international markets, leaving crops unsold and storage bins overflowing. Buyers who once relied on U.S. harvests have turned to Brazil and Canada, forging new partnerships and supply chains, while American farmers watch from the sidelines. The American Soybean Association warns there's no other market that can replace China's massive demand, and the long-term damage could be irreversible. Farmers are now paying more to grow their crops and earning less if they can sell it all. Many are dipping into savings or taking on debt just to keep their farms afloat. The result? A double-edged sword, cutting deep into the heart of rural America, threatening not just livelihoods, but the very fabric of these communities. For years, American farmers were the world's go-to suppliers, especially for China. In 2024, China bought over $12 billion in U.S. soybeans, anchoring entire supply chains. But after new U.S. tariffs on Chinese goods, China retaliated, halting U.S. soybean purchases overnight. Sales to China plummeted to zero, devastating farmers who lost their biggest customer. China quickly turned to Brazil, Argentina, and Canada, forging new alliances. The U.S. is now seen as an unreliable trading partner, pushing buyers to diversify. Minnesota's exports dropped 19% in a year, while Canadian farmers seized the opportunity. Once new supply chains form, they're hard to break. China's strategy is clear: target politically sensitive sectors to maximize pressure. American farmers are now pawns in a global chess game, and they're losing ground. On the ground, the financial pressure is relentless. Tariffs have driven up production costs. One Maryland farmer saw plant plug prices jump $1,000 overnight. Forecasts show record-high costs per acre for major crops, squeezing already thin margins. Meanwhile, export markets are drying up. Rice, cotton, and sorghum exports are down over 20%. Grain elevators are full. forcing farmers to pile crops outside, risking spoilage. Each lost sale is a family struggling to pay bills, a rural community losing its engine. The psychological toll is immense. Farmers feel betrayed and abandoned. They played by the rules, built their businesses on open markets, and now face ruin. Paying more for inputs, earning less for crops, and watching their legacy crumble. This is the harsh new reality for America's farmers. In response, the government has flooded farm country with aid, over $40 billion in direct payments. On paper, farm income looks strong, but much of it comes from government checks, not crop sales. Farmers don't want bailouts, they want their markets back. Reliance on aid creates dangerous dependency and uncertainty, replacing market stability with political whims. Policy flip-flops, like lowering tariffs after starting the trade war, have shattered trust. New supply chains are already in place, making recovery difficult. Meanwhile, the government plans to import more beef, angering struggling ranchers. Bailouts mask deeper problems, an over-reliance on a few export crops and a fragile system. Agencies meant to help, like the USDA's trade office, are losing staff and resources. The government's help is a bandage, not a cure. The crisis isn't just hitting big commodity farms. Small and local farms are suffering too. Rising input costs hit small farms hardest. They lack the financial cushion of large operations. A 12% cost increase can be a death sentence for a family farm. Disruptions in government services, like SNAP benefits, shrink the customer base for local producers. When big farms struggle, the whole rural economy suffers. Fewer jobs, less spending, shrinking communities. Local farmers' markets and restaurants feel the pinch as families tighten their belts. In rural America, everyone's fate is tied together. The pain at the top trickles down to the smallest farms. It's tempting to think this is just a farmer's problem, but it affects us all. Every meal we eat, every trip to the grocery store, and every family gathering around the dinner table is connected to the work farmers do. The challenges they face ripple outward, touching every household no matter where you live or what you do. Our food security depends on a stable, productive agricultural system. When farmers struggle, the entire food chain is put at risk, from the fields where crops are grown, to the trucks that deliver produce, to the shelves in our local stores. A healthy farm economy means reliable access to fresh, affordable food for everyone. When farms fail, land gets consolidated or lost, reducing competition and diversity. Small family farms disappear, and with them, the unique crops and traditions that make our food system resilient. The loss of these farms means fewer choices and less innovation in what we eat. Massive bailouts can't replace stable markets. Instability in the fields can mean instability at the grocery store. Prices can spike, shelves can go empty, and families may struggle to afford basic staples. The effects of farm instability are felt in every community, urban or rural. Rural communities are the backbone of America. When they suffer, so does the nation. These towns are where our food is grown, where traditions are kept alive, and where the values of hard work and resilience are passed down through generations. Local businesses, banks, and schools all depend on a healthy farm economy. When farms thrive, so do the shops, schools, and services that make small towns vibrant places to live. But when agriculture falters, the entire local economy can unravel. As young people leave and towns hollow out, we risk losing the heart of the country. The next generation may not return, and the sense of community that once defined rural America can fade away, leaving behind empty streets and shuttered schools. America's reputation as a reliable food supplier is at stake. Our ability to feed not just ourselves, but people around the world, depends on the strength of our farms and the communities that support them. The world is learning to live without us, and lost market share may never return. Once other countries fill the gap, it's hard to win back trust and business, putting our farmers and economy at a long-term disadvantage. The farmers' fight is our fight, for our food, our communities, and our future. Supporting farmers means supporting the foundation of our society, ensuring that the next generation can continue to grow, thrive, and feed the world.